So now comes towards the posterior cranial fossa. This is the posterior cranial fossa, which is bounded anteriorly by the petrous part of temporal bone and posteriorly by the squamous part of the occipital bone. The posterior cranial fossa lodges the cerebellar hemispheres and the base of the brain. The first of all, the central large opening called as foramen magnum. The foramen magnum transmits the medulla oblongata and surrounding meninges. The ascending spinal nerves or spinal parts of the accessory nerves, 11th nerve and the two vertebral arteries. Foramen magnum अब हमारे पास क्या क्या ट्रांसमिट करता है? सबसे पहले तो मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा, फिर 11th नर्व का स्पाइनल पार्ट और सबसे एंड पे हमारे पास टू वर्टिब्रल आर्टरीज भी. ठीक है. फोरामेन मैग्नम के anterolateral boundary of the foramen magnum there lies the hypoglossal canal, which transmits the hypoglossal nerve, the 12th nerve. There outside there present a jugular foramen. The jugular foramen lies between the lower border of the petrous part of temporal bone and the occipital bone. It transmits the inferior petrosal sinus, the 9th and 10th, 11th cranial nerves and the large sigmoid sinus. The internal acoustic meatus. The internal acoustic meatus pierces the posterior part of the posterior surface of the petrous part of temporal bone and transmits the 8th nerve, which is the vestibulocochlear nerve. From foramen magnum, the internal occipital crust runs towards the internal occipital protuberance, at which the internal occipital crust attaches the small falx cerebelli. The large falx cerebri attaches to the crista galli, and the small falx cerebelli attaches to the internal occipital crust. There is a wide groove for transverse sinus on each side of the internal occipital protuberance. This is the sinus for this is the groove for transverse sinus. This groove sweeps around on the either side on the internal surface of occipital bone to reach the posterior-inferior angle or the corner of the parietal bone, like this. And here the transverse sinus become the sigmoid sinus. This will be मैं आपको ये डिटेल से बताऊंगी during